Hello, everyone. So today we are going to be discussing a few case updates. A couple of these cases I've done months ago, and some of them have been pretty recent. And so you might have heard these a while ago, but I still wanted to talk about them because there's a couple of these cases that I just don't see circling around anymore. And so I wanted to talk about them. And we're going to be talking about Alexee Trevizo, Ralph Yarl, Madalina Cojocari, and Daniel Robinson. And some of them aren't very big, some of them are pretty small, but I still thought they should be talked about. So that is what we're going to do today. All the links I used for these updates will be down below, like always. I'm very sorry again about the slow uploads this month. Like I said, I am doing 31 days of Halloween next month, so 31 videos back to back. And I am trying to use September to get a hold on that, which I am. So there's going to be very little videos this month. So I am sorry, but I wanted to get this out to you guys because of these updates. I really want to get them out to you as soon as I possibly can. And I finally feel like I have enough that I can actually bring you a case updates, which I don't think I've been able to do ever on this channel. So I'm very excited to talk to you guys about some of this. And let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start off with Alexee. So she has a defense attorney by the name of Gary Mitchell, and she was seen in a virtual trial, and her attorney agreed on an October 2nd trial that will be taking place, and this will be overseen by Judge Jane Gray. While this was going on, her attorney actually argued that the videos of her in the hospital room and in the hallway violated her privacy rights. He also argued that police asked her questions in her hospital room without reading her Miranda rights. The state argued back that privacy laws don't apply if there is a third person in the room, which in the case of Alexee was her mom, which you can see in the videos. And that law also does not apply to public areas like the hallway. So Judge Gray, this part really upset me. She gave permission to Alexee, who was on bail, to travel to La Cruces to attend college. She is going to trial for the murder of her baby, but she is allowed to attend college. I understand she hasn't been found guilty yet and all of this, but I feel like people have been found guilty way before their trial starts of less and didn't get this kind of permission to really do anything. So that was really upsetting to me. But I wanted to put that in there. But her defense attorney, Gary Mitchell, he also says, I cannot believe he actually said this, that Alexee was given a cocktail of drugs that also included morphine that were inappropriate for pregnant women, especially pregnant women that were in labor, and that is what caused the death for the baby and not her strangling him. And he also said that COVID and another strain of the flu was actually found in his system when he died, and that is what killed him, not her strangling him. Even though we talked about in the last video that, according to the autopsy, there was air in his lungs when he died, which means he was not stillborn. He was alive when she put him in the trash bags, and his death was strangulation or asphyxiation. So that really upset me because I understand that defense attorneys are like this necessary evil. I mean, I want to go to school to be a defense attorney. That's my goal. But I feel like some of them, the way that the cases they take on are just gross. I understand that everybody deserves to have a defense, but I feel like I don't understand how you can defend this kind of person. And you might be thinking, well, you want to go to school for this. My aim is to defend people that have been taken advantage by the system, not people that have actually, done wrong. So clearly they have done wrong. And in this case, someone that murdered a child. That's not the kind of case that I would want to take on. I don't know. I just feel like this is a really low for a defense attorney. I don't know. But that is the update I have for you on Alexee. I will, of course, continue to update you guys as she goes to trial next month. I think it's actually less than a month now when I am putting this video up. But moving on, we're going to talk to Ralph. And I feel so bad for this boy. If you don't remember Ralph, he was shot in the head for ringing the wrong doorbell. So he actually spoke to Good Morning America, where he says he hopes for a conviction against Andrew Lester, who was the man who shot him, the 84-year-old man. He says that he doesn't like, he's moved past the hatred that he has for him, but he does want to see this man get convicted because he did commit a crime, which I completely agree. Since then, he says he's experienced headaches, trouble sleeping, difficulty concentrating, and his mom says that his mental recovery has also been really tough, which I can't even imagine. He is battling a traumatic brain injury, and she's like, he's here, but he's not really here. Like, there's a part of him that's just missing, and you can tell. And that, I can, oh my god, my heart just sunk when I read that, because I can't imagine how much that has to take a toll on you and how much that has physically changed you. But even though he's been healing, he was able to complete an engineering internship over the summer, and he's actually starting his senior year of high school. So he's continuing on with his life, which is good for him. He deserves to continue on his life, and hopefully, I hope that he continues to heal. A judge actually ruled that Andrew Lester will stand trial for the crime. Just if you don't remember, Andrew Lester did plead not guilty. And the next court date is going to be an arraignment, and that is going to be on September 20th, so in a couple weeks. So I should hopefully have an update for you on that trial in a couple weeks as well. So look out for that. Moving on to Madalina Cojocari. Madalina is a little girl that basically just disappeared. Her parents didn't report her missing for 3 weeks. Um, the parents weren't able to actually give a reason why she disappeared. The mom tried to say she was getting away from this bad relationship with her husband. Um, all of that stuff. Very suspicious. If you hear this flicking, that is my notebook paper. I'm reading off my notes. I don't know if it's like too loud or not. So, Diana Kojokari's public defender says that they have not been offered a plea deal, which thank God they should not, and that I cannot remember what her bail amount is, but it is still the same. But Christopher Palmer, her husband, his bail has been lowered to $25,000. Both parents have been interviewed, but they never gave police a reason to explain why they did not report her missing. Like, they're still just not talking. I don't know if it's just on advice from their public defender or what, but they have not said anything. What I really want to talk about here is that her grandmother, Rodica, says that Madalina is alive, but that she's been kidnapped. She believes that she and her mother, Diana, were sold to traffickers for $5 million, and she says that Chris Palmer is the instrument in this case, and that he has been stalking them for 2 years, and that ever since that he's been in their lives, he has been holding them like prisoners in their own home. She says that he would use narcotics to make Madalina and Diana asleep, and that is how, he kind of sold Madalina off. He kind of got rid of her. I'm not sure how she knows this, or if this is just something that she deeply believes, but this came out, I believe, last month. I'm not quite sure what spurred her to say this. I don't know if she knows something about Christopher that we don't. Maybe it's because there is a theory about trafficking in this case, and maybe she's just putting stuff together. But I found that really interesting, that she believes that she was trafficked, which I kind of believe that that could be a theory, a good theory, and I also kind of believe that maybe Madalina is no longer with us. But I thought it was really interesting that the grandmother believed that, and that she said no, she's alive, but she's been kidnapped. So I really wanted to include that. And lastly, we're going to be talking about Daniel Robinson, which I talked about this months ago, probably even a year ago. So this is the oldest case on this list to get an update. But it's not really a big update. It's not like, oh, we found him or anything like that. It's just that some new information has been released, like data information. So police released new information about data that has been retrieved from his phone and the car. So in an updated report, it says that his cell phone, which was in the car with him, put the car and him, obviously, at the crash site at 10:05 a.m., and the phone stopped pinging at 10:30 a.m. And this is interesting because a witness named Bill, maybe you remember us talking about Bill, said he saw Daniel later that morning at 11:30 a.m. And I don't know about you, but if I crashed my car into this ravine, and all this, I'm not gonna immediately get up and just get to work, I don't know if he's in that bad of a head state. I can't imagine him just crashing his car, and I don't understand why Bill wouldn't have seen this. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Something is a little off about Bill. Um, so we have that about the crash site, and then we have some of his Google searches that were found to be of interest, and these were in the weeks leading up to his disappearance, and this was included in the report, and some of them are as listed. So one search says love changed me, another one says delete Instagram account, one says shooting Tempe, then there is one that just said explosion, and the last one says I'm okay to do things I hate. So some of those are definitely weird, like shooting Tempe. What does that mean? What does explosion mean? Love changed me. I think we can kind of feel it's probably about that one girl that he like kind of had a crush on, and she's been kind of suspicious throughout this thing, you know. Delete Instagram account. Maybe he just wanted to delete his Instagram account. Who knows? But I can tell why some of these would be of interest. Like, it does kind of make you wonder about his mental state leading up to his disappearance. I still don't quite believe that he just got into a crash and walked off and decided he was going to disappear. And I also don't believe that if he's dead, it's an accident. I do feel like there is something suspicious surrounding his death. And I think, like, the pinging of the cell phone, all this, I think this kind of makes that more obvious. But what do you guys think? These are the updates I have for you guys. Let me know your thoughts about all of them down below. Have you heard any of these? Did I miss anything? I tried to find as much of updated information as I could, but let me know your thoughts down below, like always, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.